Welcome back to another episode of the Dental Student Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Kalish, and today I have Mr. Cole Herzik with me, the man with the plan. Cole, how we doing?
We are doing all right amidst everything.
Yes, sir. Cole, how are you handling these exciting times right now?
Honestly, the best thing that I decided to do for myself was I took a trip back to Vero Beach, Florida, where I'm from, and I'm back with family. And I'd say a big piece about that is mental health right now is the big thing on everybody's mind. How am I going to tolerate these 30-day quarantine that's taking place effective tonight at midnight? Being home, and I think that's kind of the way I'm dealing with it. How I'm doing is, I'm doing all right. I'm taking it day by day, trying to keep healthy, keep active, keep learning. That's the big thing. We could look at it as a setback, but you can only look forward, try to move forward.
Right. And Cole, we've got all online classes now, and it's getting to be, we're getting into the groove now. How are you taking everything being online?
Honestly, I was a little resistant at first in the beginning, just because I was like, how am I going to learn dentistry online? I didn't expect to, sign up to take my DMD via Zoom U, but here we are, and these are the modern times that we live in. But honestly, I think I'm hitting it in stride. I'm making a to-do list and writing down on my planner. I know you're a big planner guy too.
100%.
So I'm writing down 100%. So I'm writing down on my planner, what I have planned for the day. Being mindful of what I need to do and accomplish, and, crossing everything off as I do it, like a little checklist for myself. And in that way, I'm making sure that I can go back and maybe review some information from before and tackling some current information that we're learning. So, not trying to get behind it in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm. So what's like a typical day like for you? Because I'm kind of getting up, getting to class. I know some people, they get up and they just kind of sleep through the lectures now that they're online, but try and push through it. So how's it going for you with class online?
Right. So in the beginning, like I said, it was tough. It was hard adapting to the schedule because I'm kind of a creature of habit and I like a schedule. But I finally got on my schedule. My schedule is, I wake up between 7 and 8 usually. So I'm trying to keep up with that. That's what I did normally. So I was like, you know what? No need to change that now. Let's wake up at the same time. I wake up, do some breakfast. Then I have class usually somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10 o'clock. Have my first class at 10. That gets over usually around noon. Maybe focus on some lunch then. Then we do class again from 12 or 1 o'clock to around 2:30. And then by that time, I've got a free day. So I'll take a little bit of a break, try to get outside, get a little fresh air, and then maybe go over some PowerPoints or read a chapter from some of my textbooks. And then by around 6:30, 7 o'clock, because it's like prime time for me, as far as it being outside, it's not too hot, it's starting to get a little cool. I'll go for either a bike ride or I'll do some push-ups outside.
Oh, there you go.
Try to, get a couple miles in. I think like the longest I've biked, I did like a 10-mile bike ride the other day. And I'll put on a podcast. And even though it's like that breakaway from school, I'm still actively learning, even though it's maybe not dental related what I'm learning. I've been listening to a lot of business podcasts and marketing. So trying to get, mass exposure to the most amount of material that I can, even though we had this break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's really, and like you said, it's about scheduling everything. Otherwise, you're going to just go insane being at home. Something I've been getting into besides, you and I basically have about the same schedule. But one of the things I've been getting into, I've been kind of doing a little bit of day trading. I've been trading options. Yeah, I just opened a TD Ameritrade account and I'm getting into it, and it's a little risky, and I am not a financial advisor. I do not recommend any of the information on this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I bought some Carnival Cruise Line. Have you been watching Carnival?
No.
I thought that they were gonna go. Think about it. Carnival is completely just down in the dumps right now. Because they have zero revenue. They don't have any cruises, and I thought that it was going to reach a low because they lost like, I don't know, it was like 80% of where they were at last month.
Wow.
Or 80 or 90 or something like that. And I thought that they were going to be done, but no, they're still going down. I think their earnings call was today, so I haven't even looked at it yet, which I should probably be doing if I have a position in that company. But anyways, So let's talk a little bit about exercise. So I just showed you before we started recording. We've got a whole setup, Anthony and I, in our living room. So we got some 50-pound dumbbells. We got 2 kettlebells. We have an ab wheel. That's one of those things where you see people like stretch out. It helps. It's almost like crunches, but on your knees.
Right, you got a real ab
Yeah.
roller.
Yeah, everybody knows ab roller. And then we've got some resistance bands. And what else do we have? Oh, most importantly, we have a couple putters, some golf balls, and a coffee cup that just sits on the floor. What's going on with you?
For me, for working out, like the big pieces, like I said, honestly, I used to love to ride my bike when I was younger, and I thought I wouldn't really get back into the swing of things, but honestly, it's a great outlet now because what I do is, like I said before, I'll put on a podcast and it's 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll bike really hard for 45 minutes to an hour, just all around my surrounding area, keeping that social distance, of course, but just going around and listening to the podcast and get a good workout and get a good sweat. And then after that, I'll come back for maybe 20 to 30 minutes and I'll do some push-ups like on a chest day. And then I've got some resistance bands too. So that's one nice thing I have. So I'll do some arms with that. And then on legs, maybe do some squats in the backyard and, kind of get a little creative with my workouts, but, definitely mix it up to the point where I can actually, have a good workout.
Right. How about recommendations for people that do not have any weight training or weights at their house, like dumbbells, anything like that? Have you looked into any sort of weight training?
I have, and it was the thing I was in a crossroads myself with that. I was like, well, I don't have any free weights. I don't have anything. Whereas some people, I know you guys said some, like a couple dumbbells there. I don't really have anything. All I have is the resistance band. So honestly, I actually found there's a guy who's got a series. His name's escaping me right now, but he's a physical therapist actually, and his whole thing is like he's against free weights. He's all about like body weight and resistance
He's
bands. So I
against
was like,
it.
all right,
That's interesting.
yeah, he's against free weights. He's all about like resistance bands and body weight. That's his big thing. He's like, you should be able to do your body weight. You shouldn't be isolating specific groups. The list goes on for all the reasons. But I watched his video and he's got some good tips. And, I use the same thing now. I'm kind of using his methodology for when I do some biceps and stuff like that with the resistance bands. And to be honest, I get a great pump. And I feel good after my workout. I feel spent. Same with the push-ups. There's a great push-up exercise. It's like 6 different exercises in like a 5-set schematic. So, and by the end of that, I'm toast. You're doing over like 300 to 400 push-ups in a workout. So it's a really good workout.
Yeah.
But definitely keeping it varied. That's kind of the thing. So you don't go crazy too. You're not like, well, I just did this. You know what I mean?
Right. I've been watching on YouTube Simeon Panda. His name is spelled like Simon, but it's Simeon with an E. Last name Panda. And he's got some great weight-free, not free weight, but weight-free workouts, for at home. So for chest, I've been doing, just like you said, a ton of push-ups. But another thing you can do is like stack up the pillows on your couch and then put your feet on top of that. So it's almost like a super incline press. So doing a push-up like that. Right. And then you flip the other way. So then you're up on top. And then it's almost like a decline press, right? When you're vertically inclined. Let's see what else. I'm very fortunate to have weights. Oh, another thing you can definitely do is reach out to, if you go to a private gym, you can ask them, hey, since I'm still paying for a gym membership and you guys are closed down, do you mind if I either rent out the weights or, if you want me to keep my gym membership and not cancel it, let me use some of your weights or something like that. And that's what I was very fortunate to do with Lori's weights up in Defuniak. But so another thing, go to the playground and they got the monkey bars and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, done a ton of pull-ups that way. So, yeah, but how about your diet? Have you been doing a little too much snacking at all?
To be honest, it's not even really that. It's like, I'm home and, my family doesn't always eat the same way that I do. So I'm finding that, I'm trying to just be a little bit more mindful. Like I had a pretty set schedule. I was really into, I know you're into meal prepping too. I was really into meal prepping. And I'm finding myself now that I'm not really meal prepping as much. I'm kind of eating what everyone's eating. And it's a little bit more difficult. I'm just having to really control my portions. And I know that I'm probably not eating all of the best things at all the time, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to do what I can to, deal with the punches as they come, and, still trying to keep healthy, keep lean, keep feeling good. That's the big thing. Like, keep up with my supplements and keep all that in check so that I don't, completely tip off the scale.
I mean, that's why it's so important, to just keep staying healthy, especially with, when there's a pandemic, you got to stay healthy. And then, like you said, the meal prepping, that's so essential to keep your portions in check. But since I think everybody's a little bit more sedentary now, wouldn't you say?
Right.
Because we're not out about, running around and stuff. And we definitely can't burn as many calories as we used to when we were doing bodybuilding and going to the gym, lifting weights. So I'm keeping my carbs like a little bit lower. I'm trying to just eat like straight vegetables and straight protein, and like really decreasing the carbs, anything starchy a lot. And also just staying away from processed foods as well. And then, keeping on the supplements like you said, vitamin C, yeah, at least the immune defense supplements, like vitamin C, iron, zinc, stuff like that, probiotics, maybe some fish oil, but.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All that stuff. Huge supplement guy. I've got my time schedule.
The time schedule for supplements. Yep. All right, Cole. Well, good to talk to you, brother. Be well. Hopefully I'll see you sooner than later.
Yeah, same. No, it was great talking with you. I always say this, and I always say it, we have our Facebook group, and I always say that in there, but, it's kind of one of those times where it's a difficult time for everyone. So I think one great thing is that everyone just needs to focus on, especially in the dental field, like the things that we're the most passionate about. And that's for you and I, it's dentistry. So find a new way in every single day to be more passionate and more excited about the field of dentistry in any way you can.
Right. Gotta stay focused, man. All right. Take care, brother. All right, y'all. There you have it. I hope you all are staying safe, being well. Make sure to check out our sponsor, B&B Dental, for NBDE boards prep, and use the code VIBES75, that's VIBES 75, for $75 off. So you can check them out at bandbdental.com and on Instagram at bandb_dental. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast platform. We always read your feedback. And check out our merchandise and cool gifts. We got that Quarantine and Chill shirt. And you can check that out in the description. Be sure to check out our new Amazon ebook, 7 Hacks to Boost Your Dental School Application. And you can also find all of these on our Instagram at dental.student.vibes. All right, guys, take care, and we wish the best from our family to yours. Vibe on.